Hello, Element folks, and welcome to another game of Elements, I guess. Well, I think today is my. Oh, nope. I guess today is more my Fate Egg deck, and I thought, even though I'm still playing with Eternity, I thought I'd show a little bit more of a random deck. And I do want to say IOJ Hig, and just one note of advice: travel trouble for you. Another friend of mine that I have on Elements too. Pretty fun guy. Anyway, the deck I've been using's a simple Fate Egg deck, and all it does is create two creatures from Fate Egg. But I'm a liar. Um, Even though this is just basically a simple Fate Egg deck, it does not generate to Quanta quickly, and I can kind of guess, seeing how I have heavy cost cards. And even though these are three, I'd consider heavy costs, considering I need to mark a time just to get them out quick. Because this is 6 just to use the whole combo, plus the 1 for, well, actually just 0 for Hatch. But then Eternity in case I need it, Shard of Serendipity in case I need it, and then 3 enchant artifacts. Which I do not know why I have 3 of them. I have Protect artifact, but um, give me a moment and I'll switch my decks so that way it's not like a horde deck. Alright, and I'm back. If you've noticed, I just really switched up the setup. This deck here is actually known as Lightning Blade, and it's actually a really fun combination. This is a really basic build. There's a lot better builds for this deck. I might have one myself, but I'm just using the basic. Your basic overall strategy is to play Morning Glory, animate it, Shard of Wisdom. And yeah, it drops HP like flies unless your opponent reflects you, and you're screwed then. So I guess today we'll play another game of AI3. And fun fact of the day for me, I have a RCA tablet and it does not want to work. Like, as soon as it falls below 10%, everything crashes on it. And then when it has full battery, it'll sit there and just really be screwy sometimes and even restart. Also, the card I just played is Sanctuary. It'll protect all of your Quanta, your hand from being altered by cards like Nightmare, and it'll also protect you from, well, just heal your HP by 4 as well. And seeing how I have 4, I'm going to play a card called Shard of Divinity, which will increase my HP by 16. Now, you'll be wondering the reason why I don't have my mark as light, so that way I get 24 and just put, like, Ether Pendulums in. Seeing how I already have 4 light pillars out, and Shard of Divinity is only 3 light, and all these Wisdom Shards are 3 unupped and 2 upgraded, you're really not going to need much out of these. So I'll get my 116 max HP. And it's your opponent's turn, and they played a Crusader. This AI particularly plays Crusaders and Owl's Eyes together, so that's the only thing I'll have to worry about. And seeing how Morning Glory is immaterial, it can't be targeted or stolen or destroyed. Kind of fun. So I'll get to deal 7. Oh, 8. I keep thinking Morningstar. Still a good start nonetheless. Here we go. I'm just simply going to play Sanctuary, so it focuses on my Ether. So I can animate it, and this is where the beauty starts. Yeah, this is not going to be much of a problem for me for my HP. Now, I will have a problem when it comes to draws, and there's another animate weapon. But there's not much the AI can do now. You can't play cards like Fog or Phase Shield, because spell damage goes right through it. You can't play cards, well, actually, yeah, you can play Sundial since it's flying, but you can't use certain cards to stall it. You can't use cards to destroy it. You have to you have to automatically resort to cards like Mirror Shield or Jade Shield, which a friend of mine, his username is Frozen Gaia. His favorite deck is Shard of Wisdom Reflect, or Quinflect, or SOW Reflect, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful deck. I have to admit, it's as fast as your opponent, or a little bit faster, as the quote goes. And basically, all it is denying your opponent the chance to actually deal damage to you, and all of their creatures are your creatures, in sense. I'm not drawing anything besides pillars right now. I might have to use Miracle, too. Maybe. Just maybe. Well, we can do this now. 24 turn. I'll wait until next turn to Miracle. Yeah, I didn't get that good of a draw with this deck. Normally I get like 2 or 3 Morning Glories right off the bat. Then again, this isn't a fully upped version. This is more of the version that I'd recommend if you're just starting out with this deck. And eventually you want to get 5 Morning Glories. Because you want to make it 5, 5, 5. No, sorry. Yeah, 5, 5, 5. Being Morning Glory, Animate Weapon, Shard of Wisdom. 3 Shards of Divinity. 6 Light Towers. 1 Miracle. And 2 Sanks and a Mirror Shield. That's at least my build for it. I'm just going to simply Miracle. All it does is heal yourself to maximum HP -1. It's beautiful, but the only problem is, just like Ether's Fractal, it drains the rest of your corresponding quanta. But otherwise, it drops like flies. And I get Sky Blitz. Fun card. And... okay. Oh, I should mention, when the first 2 cards match up in slots, you'll get a 5 bonus Electrum for your win. It's a real nice card. But otherwise, that was Lightning Blade and another video, and yeah, I think that was pretty fun. But yeah, just to go over the deck real quick, and I'll put the basic down in the deck description below, and I'll put what the changes should be while you upgrade it, and I am sorry for my mouse clicks. But I'll copy that. Basically, what you want to be doing is, this is going to be reduced as you upgrade it, because a lot of these cards just, dang it, don't like when this scrolls automatically, will just automatically drop in cost. Now, Reflective Shield, I have 2 in here just for draw for now. All it does is it increase by 1, but it'll block damage by 1, so that's actually pretty good for this deck. And it'll also block spell damage, so it can't really... you can't be counteracted unless your opponent plays Reflective Shield. Yes, I'm talking about you, Frozen Gaia. But anyway, he's a pretty fun friend. But basically, it's decent against Ether, especially Cyan Fractal, or Cyantal, however you say it. And it's pretty basic. Just reflect spells. Now, when you're upgrading this deck, I'll say it now, and I'll also put, like I said, post it in the description below. You'll have 1 Miracle instead of 2. I just have 2 for now, so consistency, in a sense. You'll have only 6 Light Pillars. Well, towers, I should say. You'll have... I think 2 Sanctuaries is pretty good, just in case one gets stolen. But then again, you already have 15 cards for Morning Glory, Animate Weapons, and Shard of Wisdom. You could also go 6 Morning Glory, 5 Animate Weapons, 5 Shards of Freedom. It all depends on how you want to build it. There's different builds to this deck, so... and there was a deck kind of based like this, but I believe I was the one who expanded on it. I am not sure. I'd have to research into that. But yeah. It's a fun light air ether deck. And you don't need air quanta at all. That's the beauty of Animate Weapon. I don't know if I said that in my last video or not. But yeah. I believe what I'll be doing actually starting either tomorrow or Wednesday, depending on how free my schedules are, I can actually, what I might be doing is using a deck called, I'll say its name now, New Old Times, or NOT. And what will be happening is I'll be trying to show you some of the false gods and how much of a douche they are. I mean that sincerely. A lot of them are jerks. Most of them, you can beat them depending on their draws. Some of them are practically impossible to kill. And, well, they can be killed, but the way their cards are really hard. Um, and then others, they're just really. One of the false gods that are really easy to beat, and all you have to do is really just play Gravity Shield and you're done, is Lionheart. And you could just sit there and win, practically, unless he sits there and leaves one weapon and somehow kills you within 60 some. Oh, 4 damage, 20. Yeah, it'd be over 20 turns before he kills you. So by the time he's done drawing from all 12 of his hourglasses and spamming Crusaders and Anubis and Eternities and Animate Weapons and all that jazz, you'll basically be winning because you'll have no deck left. And a deck that Jihig just posted, I'm pretty sure it'd work in PvP too, considering the fact that it's a stall deck and you find a lot of those in PvP too. You also find rushes like Immo Rush, Frankenshard, Voodoo Golem. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good time for us to stop. And as I always say, enjoy elements, and I'll see you later, folks. Okay, I clicked the wrong buttons to stop.